You know what I've been doing for the last 2.5 months for money? Huh? I've been fucking. I've been fucking hella bitches. Cause apparently good dick is hard to find.
What are you saying?
I'm saying this house you live in, the mortgage that's being paid, all financed by my dick. Boy, if you don't get
Movies, one of the best non-medical or scientific feats that have come out of mankind. It's no secret that I'm a fiend for the screen. I grew up loving movies, and my favorite genre is horror, especially that paranormal shit. I'll squabble Michael Myers before I get into a closed room with Annabelle 10 out of 10 times. So I use my tiny Homo sapien brain to find just that on Tubi, because for some reason today's movies are they're just trash. So then I scoured the entire catalog of Tubi until I came across this masterpiece.
Fair use is the doctrine that states excerpts of copyrighted material may, under certain circumstances, be quoted verbatim for purposes such as criticism, news reporting, teaching, and research, without the need for permission from or payment to the copyright holder.
Harlem Manor is one of those indie-style Tubi originals that once I found, I knew I had to come and talk to y'all about it. In the first scene of the movie, we're introduced to a group of paranormal investigators on a road trip to a haunted manor. But something in this first scene was very odd, very strange. It left me perplexed. Because what the fuck is he doing here? We don't do this. This isn't our thing.
I'm saying though, you done fucked up now. You know that, don't you?
This is on the list of things that we don't do, right under swimming, bringing back milk, and filling out job applications. We don't paranormal investigate. Bro even got baby mama drama. He's got the starter package already equipped. But I digress. So after some time went by on the road trip, they started to pass around an iPad that had recorded the voice of an entity at the manor.
That thing fat, man. She got me, my tip creaming right now. My tip sticky. Tip real sticky and moist.
So with them excited by what they found on the audio recording, they rush to the manor. And as soon as they get to the haunted manor, they're greeted by this Mr. Clean looking ass nigga who lets them into the manor. And the first thing they record is a chair. Like, come on, bro. All of this manor, and you gonna record a chair, bro? So with the owner, Mr. Clean, breaking down to him that he's heard things and seen things that he can't explain, and there was a pretty violent murder in the basement of the manor. Where do you think our group of paranormal investigators is gonna go first? It's the first floor. The first floor. The complete opposite way of where the basement is actually. But, you know, whatever. I'm not a paranormal investigator. Once the crew makes it upstairs to the first room, all that really happens is the drawer to her dresser gets pulled out. And that's pretty much it. So with them not being able to figure out which entity opened that dresser, they finally head down to the basement where shit's about to get juicy. So with the crew finally making it to the basement, they head to the all women's dormitory where we find out that these two been low-key fucking while Buddy's still trying to go through his divorce. And mind you, paperwork not even signed yet, so he's still technically married.
How many children do you have?
23, 22 baby mother. Real bad man.
So with them getting that lovey-dovey shit out the way, the guy that's been holding the camera the whole time got caught lacking by a ghost. And it must have been the ghost. A ghost? What the hell even is the ghost? It must have been the ghost of the... Like, bro, come on, man. I'm leaving it in too. Y'all gonna see the real me. And it must have been the ghost of Darth Vader, force choking him from beyond the grave, the way he had my boy out here gasping for air. But he ended up being okay. But the reason for him losing his breath right there was because he was standing up under the spot where the original owner of the manor hung himself. And after that little mishap, of course they called it for tonight and they headed to a local hotel just to get some rest for tomorrow. So the next day rolls around and the ghost hunting is in full effect. So we see Gil down in the basement by himself, which is already a bad idea, might I add. And not only is he in a bad situation, he then starts talking shit to the ghost about what happened the other day. And in true ghostly fashion, he pulls up, but he don't do nothing for real. He just stand behind him looking all menacingly and shit. Then we cut back to Evan, who went into that same room that had the drawer open up when they first got there. Now, not much is going on in this room besides some tape peeling up off the ground. And I'm not gonna lie, nigga, I could have did some shit like that. And with Evan not paying attention to his surroundings, he ends up getting caught lacking too. Like, I don't get it, like, at all. Somebody help me out here, because what's the point of splitting up in a scenario like this? You're in a haunted house and you already know that the ghosts here are not friendly. You got one person that got choked out, one ghost acting like P. Diddy, and that same ghost spreading his halitosis everywhere. Why can't we just stay in one big group and just move from room to room together? They must have forgot who they was dealing with, because it feel like they've been walking around here talking about some, he should be worried about making Ray Ray mad up in here, bitch, because they've been a little overconfident so far. But that's all right, let's move on. So after Evan got the dookie spooked out of him, we cut to the observation guy looking over Evan while he looks for Jeannie. But then the lights go out.
That's a red flag.
And as soon as the lights go out, shit's about to hit the fan, because the guy that was looking over everybody on the cameras went to go look for Jeannie, but it turns out she was possessed.
Fuck no, baby.
And what does this nigga do while getting walked down by someone with murderous intent in their eyes? He just stands there while she's clearly holding something in her hand. And then she gets close enough to sniff him. And at this point, it's too late, because she ended up swinging on him with that hammer and then followed up with like 13 different swings, and it was KO for our boy. But the killing spree isn't done yet. Gil ended up getting trapped in the closet, and she was the one to let him out.
Hello, bozo.
And as soon as he walked out, she had his one-way ticket to the pearly gates, and she started shanking him like they were in prison together. So I guess now he can hold pockets in heaven. So with Jeannie slicing up Gil like a watermelon in a black household, of course Evan is gonna hear that, and he tries to run to the rescue. But sadly, his efforts were not enough to save him. The score is currently 2-0 in favor of Jeannie. But eventually, Evan and Jeannie meet, and of course he tries to talk no jutsu her out of her blasphemous ways. But that too is not enough. And to make the situation even worse, she started dragging him like they were in the 1900s still. And as soon as Evan got dragged into a room with no windows and an operating table, I knew he wasn't making it out of that situation alive. So with all the paranormal investigators dead or possessed, a time skip of 1 year has elapsed, and the manor had just gotten sold to a new family. But up in the distance, we can see Jeannie standing next to a girl in the window. And that's it for today's video. Y'all already know what's up. Leave a like and subscribe to your boy if you want to see more videos like this. And I'm going to keep saying it. 10,000 subscriber giveaway. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.